I'm not a bechari. You cannot take anything for granted. And I have learned to say no, which I still find so difficult to say no to people.
First thing I want to know is about how, as women, of course, we, trained to love everybody else, be a mother, or a daughter. You're always loving everyone else,
Absolutely.
Around. How did cancer change that relationship with yourself?
In small ways, which I didn't even realize that I was kind of doing. And I'll probably not wait for Ranveer to come home, have his dinner and everything, and only then think about myself. I'll probably now, what I do is, not probably, I'm definitely sure I do that now. I do put myself first, and I say that, listen, I need to do this, and then, kind of figure out everybody else. And I have learned to say no, which I still find so difficult to say no to people, but it's very liberating, to be able to do that. I've always envied people who could say no, I think they're so sorted. And but most of the time what you do is the people who you're closest to, you end up telling them and taking. But now what has happened is I realize that these are the people, I suppose when you have limited time, the clarity is different. And the clarity is that you cannot take anything for granted. And so my time with the people I love cannot be taken for granted.
No, absolutely.
And the moment that is obvious, then, instead of saying no to the people you love, you say no to the others.
Yes. So Sonali, treatment के बाद तुम्हारे लिए पहली बार घर से निकलना कितना मुश्किल था?
मुश्किल तब हुई जब बाल नहीं थे, and that happened. I think putting it out there on the social media was also a part of first time when you let it out, where you don't want gossip around it, and you don't want speculation around it.
And
that guys, this is what it is. Let me just put it out. Then we got such a huge response for it, and you realize that people have been going through it and not sharing it with their own families because they don't want to talk about it. They don't want people to know about it. And I just felt that when I told and when I spoke about it is when I got so much love. At that point of time, when I started stepping out, but I was not in the country, so
I think it was easier?
No, that stepping out of putting it on the social media was
I knew what you were doing and how you were. I mean, I was like all the time.
So every time I was feeling discomfort, and every time I felt, oh, I don't think I should be doing this, I'm feeling conscious, I would just go and put it out and say that, yes, it's out there, the whole world has seen it. Ab kya chupana?
Yeah.
So that was the thing, and that's how I so I feel that social media in that sense, kind of that story really helped me, get over that. Then by the time I came here, I remember when I landed, I really had my wig and everything planned, and I will put it on. And then, by the end of that flight, I was so exhausted. And, it was so awkward to be in a wheelchair. And I said, I don't want to be in a wheelchair, and I'm tired, and I don't want it. I said, you know what? Chuck it. I'm not going to wear it. This is what it is now. Let me just go. I didn't expect there to be so much of press outside, but I knew it would be out there. But when I stepped out and I said, no, I'm going to walk out, and bald, it's okay. And I just walked out, and sorry, it was hard. It was very, very hard because, these are the people you've seen through your work, and your work has always been about looks.
Of course.
And, it was hard. But I must say that all the press that was there, they were so quiet and they were so gentle with me.
Yeah.
I had not seen that side of paparazzi, so to say, ever. It was quite surprising. It was quite nice to see that side. So it just showed that it's okay. If you accept yourself, people accept you the way they are.
But I think that's also because of what you reflected. I think जिस तरह से आपने अपने आप को carry किया, like you said, you put everything out there. You were just so. It was heartwarming to actually, see and know, like,
I just did not want any sympathy. But the love that I got, I'm really grateful for it.
Of course.
Also that was also one of the reasons to kind of just step out a bit, because the moment you're stepping out, you give yourself a little attention.
Yes.
You're getting ready.
And that's also a form of self-love.
It is. And when I lost the hair and I never stepped out unless I had kajal and lipstick on. And suddenly, I never thought I was such a makeup person, but it became very important to me because it was a way of expressing myself and saying that I'm not a bechari. I can do my bit, and I can look the way I can.
Of course.
And so what? Hair is not everything.